What's up, y'all? I'm trying not to be whispering that much. The kids sleep. But so y'all, I'm sitting here. Y'all know, I've been saying I don't know nothing. Like, I feel like I don't know nothing about history. Um, Nothing. I never liked history. Growing up, I was great at math and reading. I I did not like history and science. I hated anything government. So I didn't really understand it. But now, as I'm older, I care about this stuff because through me going on this spiritual journey, trying to find my identity, just trying to know my rights, because it's like if you don't know your rights, if you don't know your power, you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just observe all the things that be happening in our communities, and like I can't get with it. Like, and I just be trying to figure out why is it like this, and then why are we the most hated as, us, and everything that God has revealed to me on this spiritual journey is just like everything is made up, everything is a lie. Like everything has been, like I've been telling y'all in these videos, we are the real Israelites. Like, and I didn't even, it's every time I'm reading the Bible, because the history is in the Bible. I just can't believe this. Like, but what I've noticed, this is why I wanted to really come on here and do this video and say, let me try to talk up. But I did one video talking there about the red experiment, because y'all know how much strife is in our cities. Like, we tearing each other down in the cities. Our boys are killing each other. Like, the girls going crazy, the rampant homosexuality, the rampant raping and lusting, and the devil is really going crazy in our cities, destroying us. And we be acting like it's all this other stuff of why we cannot come together as a black community, as a black family. It's because of the enemy that is devouring us, like second by second, day by day. And as I've been telling y'all in them Israelite videos, and I got so much more coming, but I just been really trying to do my homework. But this is getting good. It's getting good. And if you notice in the Bible, the theme of the Bible, this is why they attack the cities. Like, if you see how, oh man, like I just looked up all of these cities: DC, Baltimore, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Miami Gardens, Houston, like Chicago. If y'all notice, all of these cities are around the major bodies, the major rivers. They're around the major rivers of that area. And if you notice in the Bible, the theme of the rivers, everything was by the river. Life started by the rivers. So now, I've been learning, like I've been watching Dane Calloway channel, and then the real Tim and Phoebe. I like that little couple. They so cute. And they have been saying that we're not from Africa, like we're from America. And I told y'all, it's like we're not the most hated for no reason. When you're hated, think about it. Hello, if you've ever been hated on, whether it's been by a family member, if you've been outcasted as the black sheep, like I said, us as black people, we are the black sheep of the community. We're the black sheep of the community. No one likes us. So if we supposedly African Americans, why don't even the Africans don't like us, nor do the Americans like us? No one likes us. Well, really, these Americans are not even, they're Europeans. They're not from here. So I'm just sitting here doing all my research. And it's so much, y'all. Like, every time I'm trying to read the Bible, like, the Bible is like really, like, God is really, oh my gosh, like, it's so powerful. The answers is right in there. And then it's like, if you just put two and two together, look at the themes of the Bible. Everything, life started by the rivers. The importance of the rivers. That's where all of our water supply comes from. And all the rivers lead out into the main bodies of water, the oceans, the seas. All the water in the world connects some way. All the rivers lead out to the main seas, to the main oceans. All the streams lead into the rivers. Like, that's the true way that they have found direction. Like, and I know in one of them videos with Tim and Phoebe, they were saying that we didn't come over here on no boats. Like, you know, a lot of our history that they're teaching. And what I said about in that video, what I was talking about is, you know, we is sin. Is Mary Jane is sin. And I was like, you know, we've been bamboozled. A lot of stuff is just like a lie. A lot of stuff is just a lie. They didn't flip the script so many times to try to make us be at the bottom. Like, man, when I say y'all, this stuff goes so deep. I'm sorry if I'm getting all over the place, but even when it comes down to the months of the year, this stuff is made up. And even with Black History Month, January, February are not even real. They wasn't real months. It was a 10-month calendar at first. It was just March to December. And technically February is the last month. And it's so funny because I always feel like my years, over the past 3 years, I feel like stuff don't start, like, even though like this is supposed to be the new year. And Happy New Year, y'all, by the way. Happy New Year. But when you know how the enemy operates, he copies. He's the counterfeit of everything that is supposed to be the God way. So to know that these 2 months are really supposed to be at the end of the year, or not supposed to be there at all, like, I'm sorry I'm jumping all over, but even think like babies, it really takes babies 10 months to be formed. 40 weeks is 10 months. So that's like, they made up January and February, and that's why they gave February to us as the Black History Month, because put them at the end once again. Get them the end and give them the shortest month. Give them nothing. But what I noticed is that they destroy, like, if y'all look at how the plagues played out in the Bible, those same plagues is what's being done to our cities. They infested with all these rodents and stuff. No resources. They purposely do this stuff so we can fall. Like, mind you, it's not easy getting them out. It's not easy getting you out your city. Like, it's not easy to do that. Most people is. It's like, that's why I'm whispering, because she can't ever just sleep. I can't ever talk and she stay sleep. She don't want to wake up and be up under me. But, you know, when they were saying in the videos that we are the real Native Americans, and I got this book right here. I checked out from the library, and I was reading in here about North American tribes. I just got so much research to do, but it's starting to come together. But nonetheless, the way God designed it is he put every native of a country, he put us there by the bodies of water, by the rivers. If you look at the theme in the Bible, like, they all was by the rivers. They talked about the rivers so much in the Bible. In Genesis, like, that's why I'm really taking my time, keep going back over Genesis and Exodus, because the answers, like, that I'm looking for about who we are, where we come from, like, what was really what. And now it's like, even to the point of with Abraham and Sarah, I'm trying to really figure out, like, was Abraham black and Sarah was white? Or was it like vice versa? Because when he talked in that part where he was like, when they went to Canaan, he wanted Sarah to act like that was his sister instead of his wife, because he said that they would kill him. And why would they want to kill you for that being your wife when you go into that country? And it said because she was a fair woman. So I'm thinking she was white and he was black. And you know, all these religions, well, you know, like Christianity, Islamic, they're Abrahamic religions. Everything started off of. She get on my nerves. She get on my nerves, y'all. She just want to be on this nipple all day. But it was saying that they are, I forgot what I was even saying, but he was like that they'll kill him for because of his wife from coming to the land of Canaan. The Canaanites would kill him. Not the Canaanites. I don't know. But the people that was over there, don't get me along with that part, because my mind all over the place right now, as y'all probably can see, because I'm jumping over. But all in all, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to get to the bottom of this, and God is helping me. Because we need to expose the real. We need to know who we really are. And that's the real reason why I'm doing these videos and why I'm really doing this. Because I want to know who I am. And I want us all to know our power. Because us as Black people, we don't know our power. And we are powerful. This is why the enemy is going so hard to divide us. Going so hard to divide us. Because if you divide the people, they can't come together for the greater good. You know, even with that, like, that's what I'm saying. The Bible has all the answers. Because everything I used to ask, bruh, like, it's like I find the answers in the Bible. I used to be like, how do everybody got these languages except us? Like, we don't really have a language. Like, all these other countries, they have their own languages and stuff. And we don't have our own language. And now, in the Bible, I see how and why God made everybody have different languages. And that's where he spread everybody out. Because we got together trying to put him out the picture, when he the one who called the order on us. He the one who had the mission for us. And then we get together and everybody now just get to doing what we wanted to do instead of seeking him. Like, I'm just really trying to get to the bottom of this. But like I was saying with these cities, y'all know I be all over the place, and I'm sorry, because I just can't believe this. But this is why they do destroy our cities like this, just like the plagues in the Bible. It's that they do the same plagues to us, the locusts, and all of the stuff that they do to the cities. Everything. They purposely do this stuff to the cities because they want to chase us out. They want to run us out. But no matter what they do, so many people still don't move. That's even like my daughter's grandma, her great grandmother. Like, she lived on a block that they be killing us all the time, but she won't move because that's all she know. Like, and like a lot of families in the cities, even like these rich people, like I know like G Herbo was saying on his interview that his mama don't want to move, his family don't want to move up out of Chicago. They don't want to move from over there. And now I understand the prevalence of our cities, because we're by the major bodies of water. We're by the rivers. That's the holy grail, the rivers, the water. That's where you get the supply from. That's where everything stems from, the water. God is water. That's why he's all over. That's why God is always watching. Water is up there. Water is down here. Everything is water. And this is why I think I'm really believing maybe we are the Native Americans. Maybe we are the real Native Americans. Because for every major city, mind you, we are the ones that are in the cities, and then we try to escape out to the suburbs. We try to escape out to the suburbs. Well, not everybody, but, you know, when truthfully we need to be building up our cities and stay in our cities, because our cities, that's why they do gentrification. They want to destroy the cities. That like I told y'all in that video I did with the red experiment, they purposely destroy our cities, don't want to fix them up, don't want to invest in them until we start moving away from them, until they chase us out, basically. Just like they came over here colonizing in the first place. Because then once we start moving out, they come back in and build it all up and gentrify it, and it looks completely different than it was before. I've seen so many people talk, even my mom, you know, she would say when we would go around her old way or whatever, where she grew up and went to school at, she was like, they didn't change this so much. It looks like so different from when she grew up in DC. Like it looks so different, and that's been a big thing. I even know because in DC, go-go is a big thing for us. Like we love go-go, and them pale faces came over. When they gentrify, they don't usually, the go-go bands be outside, you know, playing the music or whatever, and because that's the theme in Chocolate City, like that's what they would do. And when they came in gentrifying, you know, they walking their dogs down, want to hear that stuff, and they try to call and report that on them, but that's their thing. That's what they do out there. They've been doing it for years and years. They trying to just strip everything from them because y'all came over. Y'all are colonizers. Y'all came over, and now y'all think that stuff supposed to stop. We supposed to stop what we do and move how we move. And when I was reading in this, I'm really starting to think maybe we are the Native Americans. We're not really, I don't know. I mean, like it's making sense how we all, most of us as blacks, we stem from a city. We stem from the cities. And they didn't bought their practices. And this is what they even did. The colonizers, they came over here trying to escape. They own ill wills that was going on over there. They own wickedness that was going on over there in their own country. So they want to come over here and start a new religious practice and start a new world. They was escaping the harsh stuff that was going on, that their leaders were doing to them. They're the true wicked ones. They're the true uncouth louts. They are the ones. Then they come over here trying to start new order. Y'all, I just can't believe this. Even in here, like with the dances, the Sundance, and the ghost dance, and a lot of the things that they would do. Like, this is like, it's like what we do. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna keep on getting to the bottom of this, this is just a video for like food for thought. We gotta think about the agenda. Like, we gotta really pay attention to how they've been trying to destroy us for years and years and years. And the reason why God has allowed them to do this is because he wants our attention. We need to give him our attention and follow him and stop worshiping these false gods, these false idols. We need to stop following their practices because they didn't even want to follow their own practices. This is why they left from over there. They left from over there because they had a bunch of restrictions on them. That's why they escaped, trying to get away. And then they find these new lands, and then they want to come over here and take over. Even like Jamestown, Virginia, because that was one of the first colonies that was colonized when they came over here. And Jamestown is right on the James River. Like they go through the rivers. Like, I remember saying months and months ago, when I was doing them prophetic warning videos or something, the importance of the Appalachian Mountains. Mind you, the 13 colonies all lie within the Appalachian Mountains. The mountains are the main, that's where the water supply, the rock of the world, that's where the water comes from for our rivers and streams and stuff. That's where the supply is. That's where they get the energy from. This is why the importance of being near these certain bodies of water and stuff, so we can get our energy and supplies and resources that we need to live off of. This is why they be wanting those lands. They claim those territories. In the South, the major racist areas, it's because that's where we're truly, those are our true areas. We really are these Native Americans. And I was just looking on my map. I stay looking on my map. I be all over in the Middle East. I'm just trying to put two and two together, y'all. And it is coming together. But because I got so much information, y'all, that it's like, and so much of it is new to me because I never cared about this stuff. I can't tell you nothing about history. Well, now I can tell you a little bit more. But before this, don't even ask me what the First Amendment is. That's how bad it is that I did not know my history. And that's what I remember saying to God, like, I need to learn my history with all the killings that be going and stuff, because if you don't know your rights, you don't have none. And I'm never gonna let them play in my face. I'm TTG. I just need to know my stuff so that when they try to approach me, I can come with the facts. Like, cause who you talking to? This is the law. And a lot of them 12, they don't even be knowing the laws for real. Like, man, this is why it's so important for us to really learn what's real. Like, really get rid of all the distractions and focus. And really focus on what matters in life. Because they plan on our top because we so lost. We are literally the 10 lost tribes. We are the people of the book. And we are the lost tribes. We're the ones who they say they took us to Assyria, and then we were never to be found again. We are found. We're right over here in America. We flee. When they did that, what they did over there, we escaped from over there. We didn't brought our tails right on over here. We were the Native Americans that came through I don't know if it's called the Bering Sea. Like, it's just so much, you guys. We came that way. I feel like we didn't have to come through the ocean. But I definitely, life started. Wait till I get finished with this Bible. The Bible got all the answers, but it's like, it is so hard for me to even get through. Because when I look up one thing, like I'm doing the family trees or whatever, because I'm trying to see who is who. And God is leading us. God is leading us. And of course they have taken some things out the Bible, but God is leading me with this thing. But life really started in Iraq, because the Ur of Chaldeans, where Abraham and his brothers were born, they were born in Iraq. And then as the Bible goes on, as I'm reading Genesis, it says in whatever chapter that was with the confusion of languages, and he scattered us all over the face of the earth. Like, that was our punishment for trying to build that tower. Like, God don't play. And when you try to go out of order, when you try to do things your way and not his way, and don't come to him for guidance and for basically, for instruction, and you just get to thinking you're going to do what you want to do, and I got all this free will. I'm going to do what I want to do. You're going to get knocked 10 steps back every single time. This is why oftentimes we keep starting over. Because we're not going to God for instruction. And it doesn't matter how many times you try to get around it. You have to go through him. You have to get the instruction from him. You have to put him first. Whether you believe you do or not, if you feel like you don't have to, that's 9 times out of 10 why you keep taking L's, Because if you would get guidance from the creator, the one who already mapped your life out, if you get instruction from him, he will tell you which way to move, which way to go. You know, everything stems from the Bible. Because that's where the word Babel, y'all know I be getting over, but that's where the word Babel even comes from. Because y'all know how the babies be babbling, and it's basically a confusion. It's just a confusion of noise. It's like, it's just noise. You don't really understand what the babies are saying. They know what they're saying, like, but we don't understand them. That's why they called the Tower of Babel. That was what they were building when, that's what they were building, that tower, working together to build the tower without instruction from God. And God came and told them, what are y'all doing, basically? He saw what they were doing. And he was like, I'm going to confuse the languages so that y'all can't do this again. Because if you confuse the languages, we can't understand each other. Just even look how, like, if y'all have ever, I'm sure many people have experienced like a Hispanic person, and they be like, you talking to them and they like, no hablo English, like, you know, I don't understand. And no matter what you're saying, they're still like, even when they trying to talk to us, it's like, if you don't know their language, it's like, what? Like, you gotta use symbols. Like, I need a book. You, like, but, and that's why he called it the Tower of Babel. This is where the confusion of language began, because they was building this tower and they were working together to build the tower, because everybody had one language at first. It was all one language. And God said, let me confuse the languages, because this is what they do. They getting ahead of themselves. Now they think they don't need me. They all working together. You know. But God want us to come together. He just don't want us to leave him out of it when we come together. Just how, I'm not going to say we do, because I ain't married, but just how y'all do in the marriages. Y'all get together. It's supposed to be a covenant between you, your husband, and God. But y'all get in the marriage and y'all get to leaving God out. And then wondering why it's all this stuff going wrong in the marriage. Why it's just so much spiritual warfare in the marriage. Everything is spiritual. We are spiritual beings. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. We are spirits. We are spirits. And as spirits, we have to get our guidance from the Holy Spirit, the Father. We have to get everything from him. He is the source. He is the source. And when you get to try and do things how you want to do it and not doing it the way that he has ordered us to do it, it's going to be confusion. It's going to be strife. It's going to be all that, because you are not going to God. You're not going with him. You're not staying with him consistently. You use him when stuff just going bad, and as soon as your man or your woman starting to act right again, here you go, leaving them out. As soon as you get the job that you want, you like, okay, thank you, God. Now I got it. All right. See you next time something starts going wrong again, God. This is why oftentimes so much bad stuff happens to us and we feel like we can't catch no breaks. It's because God feel like that's the only way I'm gonna get these people attention. That's the only way they're gonna start calling on me again. That's the only way they're gonna feel like they need me again. Because we only feel like we need God when stuff is going bad. We have to keep God at the forefront. It don't matter what stage you are in your life, whether you up at your highest point you ever been, or whether you at the lowest you ever been. You gotta keep God first. Don't try to make no move without God. Like, it's to the point where, like, even today at the store, I'm like, which purse should I get, God? Like, which one? Like, I need help. Like, which one? He just really want us to put him first. But nonetheless, y'all, we the ones. And then when I was writing down, all the Native American tribes, it's 10 of them. And I said that we are the 10 lost tribes because the Israelites are the children of Israel, which is Jacob. He had 12 sons. His 12 sons were the Israelites and their descendants, of course. And when I looked at the map, because only 2 tribes were left still, and it's like the other 10 vanished after the Assyrians took us captive. All of a sudden, we are no longer found again. That's because we didn't move right on over here to the Americas. We were the first natives. We were the first colonizers. It wasn't the colonizers because I guess nobody was here. We were the first ones in this area, and it makes sense why we all started in the cities, because to get through, you gotta go through the waters. This is before airplanes and all of that. So the only way to get to get in the city, to get to that country, period, is to go through the water. Go look at your map. I just mapped all of those cities out. I said, dang, all of the major cities: Chicago, DC, Baltimore, Houston, Atlanta, like Baton Rouge, New Orleans, all of them cities where a lot of the stuff be going down at. Right there is a major river. Right there is a river. And that's how God, he set it up like that. The natives are 9 times out of 10 live by the river, because that's where they would get their supply from. That's where they get their water from. Look how many times in the Bible they had to go to the river. They had to go to the well. They had to go to the river. They found Moses floating in the river. They stayed by the river. And this is how they divided the areas. This is how they divided it. Y'all, I'm sorry if this video was all over the place, but that's why I'm writing everything down. I don't got my book right here right now because I just came free talking. But as time goes on, I'm trying to just like get my notes in order and get everything in order, because everything is coming together, bruh. Everything is coming together. And we've been sold a bunch of lies because they don't want us to see who we really are. We keep asking for some reparations. How they gonna give you something when this is your land? We let them take our stuff. We let them, yeah. We let them chump us. We let them run us out of our own areas. But you got some natives who refuse to move from their city. That's what I be saying. It's so funny. I always say that about the dudes. I be like, these niggas act like they owe their city something. They swear they owe their city something and don't own nothing in the city. We really gotta come together, bruh. We really gotta wake up, bruh. In my mind, I just envision us as Black people like really taking over for real, like really building our cities back up. If we come together and all invest in our cities, invest in one another, we can all be rich. We're gonna be like the richest man in Babylon, because Babylon was a wealthy nation. You can't have a wealthy nation without everybody being wealthy. Everybody need to be winning. That's why I don't like that the United States of America, I don't like that they do this 1% and then 99% and all of that, the greed that they have, that's because we already know the enemy is really running this thing at this point over here. You want to be greedy when it's better if the whole nation is wealthy, but they don't want that. The enemy doesn't want that. He don't want the whole nation to be wealthy. This is why we gotta figure out all the tricks to the trade and why everything is kept a secret about the real deal with money and assets and stuff. But we gotta come together. It's power in unity. It's power in unity. There's no I in team. There's no I in team. But each person, each individual makes up the team. If you become an asset, you have to be an asset to the team. We all need to be doing our due diligence. But we really, in the cities is where we need to be at. That's why they be just trying to destroy it. And as soon as we start running out, or then even if you end up not leaving, if you one of the ones who end up staying in the city and they trying to come and gentrify, they'll pay you to get out. They'll pay you, they'll buy you out because they want to come and build up over here. They really want to live in the cities for real. As much as they be going on, I don't know about other cities, but I know like in DC and Baltimore, as much wickedness that be going on in them cities, them folk still want to come out there and tour and buy and live there and walk their dogs. They still want to come do that stuff because they know, they appreciate, they know some stuff that we don't know. I feel like they all know this. This is why they hate us, the ones that do. I ain't saying all of them racist, but they know stuff that we don't know. This is why they call us the lost tribes for real, because we really are lost. We don't know who we are. We don't know our power. And like I said, when you don't know your power, you don't have none. This is why we are all in the major cities. The importance of these major cities, bruh. The importance of the 13 colonies. This is why they came over here colonizing certain areas first. And that's the thing. They didn't read that book. They have read the book. So many of us, y'all church folk, but so many church folk didn't read that book from front to back. But it's like, we must have been, y'all have been missing some stuff. The answers is in it. This is how they know how to make, this is, if you, everything that they do, like that's why I say nothing is new under the sun. Everything that goes on in this world, I see it going on in the book, in the Bible. I'm just, the more I like read, I'm like, dang, so this is where they get this from. This is where this come from. This is what started that. Because that's what they was doing then. And it's like, if you know that, you know how to, if you pay attention to what they have went through and what they had to do, even with me being on my spiritual journey, that's part of the reason I knew that I was going to be moving from Houston to Dallas. Because I like, God will flip me right to, God will flip me right to the Bible, to that part. He'll flip me right to something in like Exodus, because I told y'all this is all the Exodus season. When you're in your wilderness season, when you're going through your wilderness season, you need to read and master Exodus. Because they went from, I think it had said Ramses to Succoth. And when it said that they took, Moses led them the long way. He made them sojourn here first, go here first, then took them back to Israel when he was freeing them, from Egypt. after he done went over there and freed them from slavery and was bringing them back over to Israel. And that's what I was. I was freed from slavery, technically. Like slavery, when you in your life, it's something that's keep you in bondage, whether it's your family relationship, living in that city that you're so scared to escape, your hometown, getting you away from your hometown, getting you out of your comfort zone. And when I saw what he did with Abraham, when I saw the patterns as I started to read Genesis and Exodus, and I'm like, okay, he said, I'm gonna show you to a land, I'm gonna take you from your land and show you to a land that where you're not from, and it's gonna be your land flowing of milk and honey. I'm gonna give you this land. This is gonna be your inheritance. And I will lead you and I will show you the way. So I started saying, okay, so this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And he did. Instead of taking me to Dallas, he took me to Houston first, then to Dallas. And now, now I see why. I see why he took me from Houston to Dallas. I now know why. But that's what I'm saying. This is crazy, man. And people really be thinking that. I used to think that book wasn't real. Like, I used to think that. And I still be seeing people sometimes saying that little stuff too. And people be saying, oh, you guys really believe in Sky Daddy. Like, you better believe in him and follow him. The main ones saying that, I know they living in misery. Because when you don't have God, you're definitely miserable. I don't care how much money you have or don't have. You're going to be miserable without God. Like, this is a different feeling. This is a different feeling to, like, truly have somebody, when you confused, you feel like you don't got nobody to run to, talk to, like nobody you can confide in, to know you can confide in God, he gonna lead the way for you. Oh man, this video is already long, but I didn't mean to make it this long. But this is like the real, this is, like he said, I'm the Lord your God. The Lord God of the Hebrews. We the ones. This is why we are the most hated, bro. This is why we're the most hated. And we're lost. That's why they call us ignorant. They look at us like we're stupid. Because we're ignorant. We are. We don't know no better. We don't know. We don't know who we are. We listen to everything that's been sold to us. Everything that they tell us in these schools. Like, everything. It's lies. They're never going to tell the truth. The truth ain't going to make them keep letting them benefit, make the kind of money and that they want to make. The truth will set us free, but it's going to have them in bondage. And they don't want that. They want to keep doing what they're doing. They want their plan to keep on going, and us to keep on following it like we've been following it for so long. But I'm hip to them. I'm hip to them. I just can't believe this, you know. And that's how I really be thinking that God, it was a reason, like, everything happened the way it was supposed to, with me not caring about history and science. Like, it's sad that I know nothing about history and science. That's how I be feeling. Like, I'm really in school right now. I'm going to science and history school right now through me reading the Bible. And then I go on the internet and everything starts to connect. Even with this stuff. Wait till when I start really dropping the videos on this stuff, it's like I'm not really dropping too many right now because I'm like, I hate that I'm all over the place like this. But as time going, God is working with me. God is working with me. That's on my vision board. That was one of my goals on my vision board, is to like work on my speech and stuff like that, because I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher, so I need to make sure that I need to make sure my students understand. So I have to practice and I have to do my own homework so that I can make sure I'm bringing the facts and the real deal, you know? So, but that's the reason he didn't allow me to learn none of this stuff, because I would have been taught all the wrong things. It was better to not know. I don't feel like it was better not to know nothing, because I feel like I don't be knowing nothing. So it's like I be researching so much because the smallest things, I'm like, what is this? I don't know nothing about none of the trades. I don't know nothing. Don't ask me what the First Amendment is. I guess what's that, freedom of speech? That might even be wrong. I don't know what the Second Amendment is. I don't know what I don't know which body of government is responsible for making the laws, passing the laws, vetoing, all that stuff. I don't know it. And I remember learning certain things about government in school, but I hated those subjects. Like, those were not my, I don't even know how I used to pass those. I really don't. I don't. Because I don't know a thing. I used to be cheating on other people's paper, obviously. I hated it. But now I'm so into it because it's helping me. Because when you know better, you do better. And when they come for me, that's the real reason. I ain't gonna lie, that's the real reason why I want to know. Because when they come for me, when these folks come for me, I want to be able to tell them. Because they know the real. We don't know. We don't know. And that's going to leave them with a stuck face. They're like, oh. But they know. We just don't know. We don't know. But y'all, I'm going to go finish doing some more of my work. I'm about to get ready for bed. But we got to wake up, y'all. We the ones. We the ones. We the ones. But until the next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.